Hi, how y'all doing? It is Sunday, the 6th of October, 2024. I didn't need to look at the date. Um, Here in Ontario, Canada, the skies were purple and the rise, like a mauve color, right? It was interesting. I woke up just before 7 and seen it like that. And I was like, whoa, that's so pretty. I wonder what that means, right? And then later on in the day, we had a thunderstorm, which is kind of a synchronicity, seeing as how Gina made a video last night over Paris or France or somewhere like that with all these lights in the sky that look like a war, right? Shooting lasers and stuff. So I guess they moved over to Canada today, over Ontario, right? Because there was some big bangs and really bright lights for the lightning, right? The lasers. So I was saying, the good guys always win. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're fighting about because the good guys always win. It's just the way it is. And I got a confirmation, the thunder, boom, right? And I said, was that a confirmation for me? Boom again. I was like, thank you. You know, Mother Nature. So yeah, I slept pretty good last night. I dreamt I had a bad dream, right? I woke my dream team, woke me up. Or I woke myself up. One or the other. It was weird. I was with my sister that hates me, right? And we were in this weird building, tall building. And there's this man in there who I know, he looked like the guy I know from town here, that grew up around here, right? And this guy, he's dangerous. I would put nothing past him. He murdered a guy, he drowned him in the river, went to the nut home for a while, and then let him go. And he had a list of people he was going to whack. My name wasn't on there, I'm happy to say, right? That these were all bad people. And I knew the people that was on his list, and they are bad people, right? And he was there. And for some reason, he was psychotic, right? And dangerous. And he wouldn't let us go. And I said, that's fine. Be like that. He was just sitting on a couch lounging. I'm like, see what you can do, right? You're both meat or whatever. You're both, I got yous. And I said, okay, start screaming, Pam. And we both started screaming at the top of our lungs, right? And he just sat there and looked at us and he said, nobody's going to hear you. And there was this metal table. It was square, right? Like the frame of a metal table. And I picked it up and I just started whipping it around, right? And said, go, right? And I friggin' whipped the table and I started running and I ran and ran and ran and got down the stairs. And next thing you know, I'm outside. And I was like, so much for me not getting out, eh? And then I woke myself up screaming because I was screaming the whole time, right? Even if nobody's going to hear me, I'm still going to do it just because it pissed them off, right? So that was a weird dream, right? So I sat up, I had a couple of drags of my cigarette, put it out, I went back to sleep. And it was fine. I went into a different astral realm, right? So yeah, um, that was different. Um, I was full of energy this rising. Like I told you, I've been feeling like I'm just vibrating. The Schumann's only at 10 today too, right? But I woke up feeling good again. My foot is bugging me a bit and shit, right? My sciatics, my lower back, whatever, right? But nothing I ain't used to by now. It's not cramping. That's the worst it could get for me so far. Let's hope that's it, right? And so I was like, okay. Last night when I was going to sleep, I was telling myself I need this, that, and that. So I drove down. I left around 9:30, I guess. It was nice and quiet on a Sunday. So I drove to the next town over, 10 miles away. And because they have a cheap store there that has everything, right? And it's not a big chain. And I bought myself a pair of sweatpants, jogging pants, you know, another pair of pants, a cushion, a pillow. Didn't have a body pillow, and a set of sheets, right? And was that it? I think that's all I got today. I just, to make me comfortable because the warm weather's coming, right? And I haven't bought new sheets for years. Years. Mine's got holes in them, my pillowcases and stuff. I don't like the new stuff they have. I like the old stuff, the linen. Alright? Needless to say, I didn't get linen. I have to buy it online, and it's expensive now. It was expensive when I bought my old set. So anyway, I had a good drive by myself down there. The cashier was nice. Seen a few shady looking men standing on a corner, sitting in front of a store, right? Kind of look bikerish, like, but it's different, you know? And then I came back home. No, I stopped at the grocery store, and my friend was working, so I chatted her up on the way out, which is always nice. And then I came home, right? I've just been sitting by myself all day, and then loneliness hit, right? I started feeling lonely. And I was like, and I know I'm not alone. We're never alone, right? Somebody's always thinking about us, whether you know it or not, right? And our ancestors are always with us, right? And Source and Mother Nature. We're never alone. But I've been asking for a companion, right? And I just felt alone. So, yeah. And it made it worse because one of the guys that, the man I used to drive around, the guys that live with him called me up and said that he has a tire for the truck. He got it out of the Howie's storage, and he's going to drop it off tomorrow. And then he started talking to me and told me that he misses them, right? I said, yeah, I do too, right? Because it was guaranteed one person would talk to me in the week, right? He would have talked to me more if I had allowed it, right? But he wanted more from me than I could give him. He got vexed, right? So, yeah, it upset me. When my son came home from his girlfriend's, I was sitting making my dinner, and it just hit me, and I said, I feel so alone today, right? And he goes, it happens, Mom. I said, I know. And then I told him why I was feeling this way, and I started bawling my eyes out, right? And he says, it's okay to cry. I said, I know. I said, but my father always said, nobody cares, so don't cry, right? And he said, you've always said it's okay to cry. I said, I know. So he tried to cheer me up. And he said, when I said my dad said nobody cares when you cry, he says, I do, Mom, or I wouldn't be saying this. All right? So, yeah. I told him I've just had a lot of people I love leave me in the last 3 years. And it's hard to lose the ones you love. Because then you gotta go meet new people. I'm the kind of person, I'm a fixed sign. I'm a Taurus, right? I know they passed. I'm not sad for them, I'm sad for me, right? It's just fleeting. It's the astrology today too, don't you know? Right? I said Cam White is an astrologer on YouTube, and he does the mundane every day of the week, the energies. And he said on Sunday, that it would be emotional, right? Intense emotions or whatever. So emotions are what? Happiness, sadness, anger, right? You know what I mean? And I got the sadness one. I guess I'm being tested by Source again. But it's just the love in my heart that makes me feel this way. So, yeah. Okay, that's enough crying on camera. Now, let's move on to a new subject, okay? I watch a travel adventure YouTuber on YouTube. I always have my dinner and watch them, right? And this one's called Timmy. He's a Greek man, all right? I can't remember his last name now. Darn it. See, he's not afraid to show who he is either. He uses his real name, right? And he was in Haiti, right? Haiti? And he had an interview with infamous barbecue, right? The one the media is saying that is killed all these people, 71 people, and all this, did a massacre, and he's a gang leader and all that, right? Nothing could be farther from the truth. Timmy did an excellent interview with him on his video tonight. You might want to check it out and you'll find out what barbecue is really about. The Great Spirit stands behind that man. It has his back. He's there to free his country from the oligarchs, the politicians, the corporations, the army, right? He says every time somebody, like Timmy says, who are the people that are causing everything that's bad over here happening? He said America, Canada, and France. And I can believe it, right? And it's the armies. Every time they send troops over there or somewhere to help and say they're going to make it better, they end up wiping out, massacring the local people and raping the children, the boys and girls, right? And stealing everything that they have. So if you're proud to be a soldier and you think you go over to other countries to save them, you need to shake your head. Another reason I wouldn't date a man that went to war, to another country. Who knows what you've done? You're probably a big pedophile yourself, right? Or a raper, you know? And then you come back and pretend you're a man. That's not a man. It's a coward. It is. So, yeah, barbecue's a good man. He's free in his country. He's doing everything. And he'll succeed. The Spirit told me. Source told me. As soon as I seen him the first time in the media saying that there was a gang war over there and it was barbecue, I knew. I was like, yeah, he's there to free his country. Isn't that beautiful? Right? A hero. A real hero. He was a policeman for 14 years before he decided to free his country, right? And fight against the politicians and the oligarchs, right? So, yeah. The Kenyans are sending their police force over there, or army, whatever, to help with the Haitian police. They're going to lose so bad. They are. If I were them, I wouldn't go. All right, I'd stay at home and clean up their own friggin' country. Stop working for the man that's doing all the harm. So, yeah. A very good interview indeed. Other than that, seen lots of birds on my travels today, too. Seeing a raven, seen a blackbird, I seen a turkey vulture, a great big fuzzy black squirrel who was going to run out in the road. When he got to the end of the laneway he was coming, he stopped and turned right around. He seen my truck, right? I went right back. I was like, smart squirrel. That was a beautiful squirrel, right? And you know what's weird too is I was driving down the road and I was thinking about something. I can't remember what I was thinking about. Darn it. There's no wind or nothing at this time. Nothing's happening. It's still the air, right? And all of a sudden this red leaf comes down like that right in front of the truck and lands in the middle of the road. And I was like, where did that come from? Right? Where did it come from? It's like just dropped out of the sky. It was so weird. It was a good feeling. It was a code. It was a sign, right? I'm just not sure what it meant. But it was interesting, right? So yeah. I got a monitoring spirit in my house too. There's this fly, little black fly. It's been buzzing me. It's hard to see. It's so tiny. But I see it once a night, once a day, right? And then it disappears. Strange. I'll smudge tonight. Smudge my room with white sage. See if I can get rid of it. It's hard to say. With my son living with me, it's not just my energy, right? It's not. So yeah, quiet Sunday. I talked to a few people today. My son, the guy on the phone, but I still felt lonely. Darn energy, right? It'll change. I won't feel this way tomorrow. All right. I think that's enough for today. At least I got on here and made a video, right? Right. Gotta put yourself out there. And this is pretty much the only way I know how to do it right now. Because I don't know where to go. But it is what it is. And it's not like I can go for a walk. Right? And you can't meet people when you're driving. So yeah. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. The time's coming. I have to wait for my chosen. My chosen one. The chosen one can only be with the chosen one. That's what makes for a lonely life. Because we're so spread so far apart. Right? We shall wait and see. Right? Maybe not this life. Maybe the next life. It's hard to say. Okay. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.